Thank you, Chair Lee. I'd like to thank the Purcell Community Council for hosting this forum. I've attended this forum several years now. Many people know me. My name is Mike Watson. I'm from Pickens District. I descend from the Pickens family. My grandmother was Hattie Pickens Stout. Her mother was Annie Ned Pickens. And I can't even say my great-great-grandmother's name. It's in Chickasaw. And that, I can tell you where she's buried. She's buried at Keel Cemetery. Let's see. I'm 62 years old. I have been coached by my grandfathers for seeking this office for years. When I was 10 years old, they taught me what I should know about leading our people, what we're going to need to do to try to get our government back. And one of my grandmother's cousins was the only lady to speak before Congress in 1983. And it was shortly after her speech that Indian nations received their tribal governments back again in full service. My family has been working toward seeing that our people are well treated, are well educated, and we joined together as a group to develop our own businesses and take care of our own people. I had a long list of things I wanted to present to you, but most of the things that I have that you would need to know about come from our elders that have passed away. Some of them are still here. Governor Overton James, back in April of 1976, made it clear to Chickasaw people that were there, that were here, many of them have passed away, that the tribe should vote on per capita payments. And these are sources of income derived from our assets, the sale of our assets or the excess revenue from our assets. Not only did Governor James's ideal resonate with the nations, but the Department of Interior recognizes that any of the legal judgments and negotiated settlements and other income from the tribe may be distributed as per capita payment. For quite some years, we had questions as to how would we handle the accounts and the assets for the youngsters. In a report dated May 30th of 2007, and it was a pretty good sized report, it says that the Department of Interior will see that accounts are established for all the minors, that anyone that is not capable of overseeing their own assets or their income, accounts will be established for them with a guardian. So there, you have access to this on the internet. It talks about the reconciliation of our assets, of all our trust properties. This is part of COBEL also. COBEL, BIA, and the tribes have been ordered to get together and resolve all the issues that come from our assets. For a long time, we were told that we were not allowed per capita payment. And, excuse me, that information comes from what was done in the legislature. And anything that has been done within the legislature, we can also undo. The source of the denial of per capita payment to the Chickasaw people comes from our bill, tribal law number 11-004, which is the Gaming Act. That act on page 4 says no per capita payment to tribal citizens shall be made from gaming revenues. That does not mean per capita payment cannot be made from the general fund. For years I have addressed the issue of per capita payment because we had a significant amount of excess revenue. Sometimes we didn't know what to do with it other than donate it to museums that were non-Chickasaw museums. We have donated multi-million dollars to facilities within Oklahoma City, which is fine. You know, we should support our state, don't get me wrong. But first, let's try and share something with our people. That's one of the laws. Another thing that one of my elders was asking for was probate facilities, assistance for our citizens. When I probated my elder sister's estate, it cost me $6,000, which is a large amount of money. And it's something I did because her children needed the probate done in order that they could inherit. And I'm glad I did it at the time I did because they qualified for the the Cobell settlement. I had them owning Chickasaw property in their own right. It's inherited ancestral land as according to the law that they have established for these payments. These children deserve it. One of them is, he doesn't need it, but he's entitled to it because of who he is. His bloodline comes from the Chickasaw people. He should be qualified to receive a settlement for assets that were lost to my grandmother's inheritance. I don't have anything else to say. Cobell is one of the issues that has brought a lot of information to me. I've gone before the legislator talking about business ventures that the Department of Interior would help us with. Oil and gas ventures. There is seed money there in the Department of Interior, not BIA. Many people told me BIA will not help us. Well, it's in the Department of Interior that they will help with technical assistance to get our young people trained as geologists, petroleum engineers, drilling engineers, and it would put our tribe on a better foundation for earning revenues other than just gaming. There is farming assistance, clearing the lands. Many of our citizens still own allotment lands, homestead lands. In fact, my residence is on my dad's mother's homestead. Fortunately for me, Congress passed a law which says on homestead lands we will never have to pay taxes as long as it stays within the bloodline of the original owner. And that doesn't matter if they become to the point where BIA cannot hold it as restricted land, they will still be entitled to have that land non-taxable. And many of my nieces and nephews have gone out of that bloodline quantum that BIA will not protect their assets. But as long as we have that homestead, we're tax-free. Mm-hmm. And that's something that my family has worked toward saving for the people. Well, I'm ready to open the floor up to anyone to ask me questions.